It is to offer workers a 4-day week, while continuing to pick up the pay earned for a 5-day week. Yes, that's right. You work 20% fewer hours but get 100% of the pay. This insane notion was floated by the Greens at the last election and then gained some weight last month when TUC General Secretary Frances OGrady said a 4-day week should be an ambition for all unions. That's right. All the usual suspects unsurprisingly have their fingerprints all over this. Cooked up by the silly but aptly named Greens, modified by the union chiefs who would take us back to the 1970s given half a chance, and embossed by the imprimatur of Her Majesty's opposition. The only missing party is the treacherous Scots Neds, but give them time, I suppose. Do you suppose any of them have ever come close to running a business? You know, courageous individuals actually creating something from the blood, sweat and tears of their own efforts. Risking, or betting, their home on the success of the business in which they so fervently believe. Inching forward, gaining ground little by little and employing increasing numbers of people in the process. No, me neither. Most of these Marxist clowns would struggle to run a bath, let alone a company. Yet the appeal of this outdated rhetoric continues unabated, particularly among the young who have helped provide the octane behind Momentum's astonishing drive to success. However, this is a generation that eschews the desires and ambitions my, and preceding, generations so readily recognize. Tell these cosseted millennials that madcap and often uncosted policies such as these are almost certain to result in wildly increased borrowing and therefore eye-watering rises in interest rates for mortgages, and they will respond that they just don't care. The world to which labor wants us to return simply will not work. Image, Thierry Menace, Getty Images. They're actually, in many cases, not to blame. Due to soaring house price inflation and a past overheated economy, they're about as likely to buy a house as I am to be the lead dancer in the Nutcracker at the Coliseum this Christmas, so it has no relevance to them. Rein it in a little, and say it would hike up the payments they would have to make on their first car purchase, and again, they shrug it off. This generation neither wants nor likes the idea of owning cars or vans. They see them as being as welcome as a dose of herpes and prefer the two wheels of a bicycle, the top deck of a bus or a car club-provided vehicle. Then try the lessons of recent history line and again ya will be met with blank stares of dismissal. Never mind that these, and ideas like them, were what made this country the sick man of Europe as recently as the 1970s, it simply does not resonate. It would be akin to being lectured about the privations of Dickensian times, I imagine, as in truth you probably need to be in your mid-40s or above to have a clue about what life was like when unions ruled the land. It was truly the time of the dinosaurs. Strikes could, and often were, called for the most minor of transgressions. Indeed, I can attest to bringing about small-scale industrial action at a national newspaper in the early 1980s, when I changed a ribbon in my typewriter, remember them, myself. Never mind I'd been doing it successfully for years at the offices of a local paper. This was threatening the one-man, one-job culture of the time, and a reprimand was duly forthcoming. It was a Britain unrecognizable from today. Pubs closed for longer than they were open. There were only 3 lackluster stations on TV and shops decided they needed half a day off in the middle of the week. This is the world to which labor wants us to return, but it simply will not work. And that's over 4 days as well as 5.